Okay, so today, Sunday, was the day I was going to go on a long hike, but as I said yesterday, I decided not to because it's like 95, 96 degrees out here right now, and I'm going to be hiking to the top of that, which is I think about 1,200 feet, 1,400 feet. I mean, if you've seen some of the mountains I've hiked, it's not that bad. I brought a 600 milliliter bottle of water, and that's what I thought I'd share in our discussion today, which is dehydration. But right now, since the irritation is grabbing me, I gotta remember, don't underestimate the heat you're about to face, especially if that heat could kill you. I actually was gonna go out without a bottle because, as I said, I estimate it's gonna be 96. It's probably gonna hit 98, 99. So I'm gonna be almost 100 degrees out here. The hike is an estimated, it's going to be about a mile and a half to the top right now. So it's going to be about 3. And then my walk to and from the hike, which I also need to account for, is another mile and a half. So about 4.5, 5 mile hike and walk. In 95-degree weather, I don't have any extra weight. I was estimating that I'd probably lose about 6 pounds of liquid. Now, that number doesn't mean much because to some people that could be death. To me, that's within range. It's in the upper end of normal. My past few runs that I've run, for example, yesterday's run, that's what I lost in the dark. You might be like, well, won't you lose more now? Well, dehydration is a very complex subject. A big part of it is just the fact that it's a mixture of the heat, of insulation, and your intensity. And the one thing that is definitely not going to be like it normally is when I run is my intensity. My intensity is going to be much lower right now. So, and that is probably one of the biggest drivers of dehydration. I'll see. Right now I'm at 103. I'm not like at 130. I don't expect I'll be hitting. I might occasionally hit it when I hit some challenging rises, but other than that, I don't think so. Now, in case I didn't say it, so let me say it now before I go any further. My own dehydration strategy, or hydration strategy as you may call it, is my own, and it works for me, but it may not work for you. So do not just take what I do and apply it for yourself. You need to learn your own body and take responsibility for yourself. You see, if I make mistakes, I may share them here and I may learn something. It may even work for me. As a matter of fact, the most dangerous thing is that it works for me, but one of you out there may die. 96-degree heat is no joke. This shit's hot. And people underestimating this kind of heat are why we hear those news stories about folks dying. So you can listen to my notes and maybe they can feed your own data, but do not rely on them. Okay? So anyway, the other thing, like I said, the reason my eyes are irritating is because I didn't bring one of my headbands. Again, poor preparation. The other thing is that the sunscreen I have on right now is the chemical stuff. Remember how normally you've seen me run, my face looks white? That stuff, the mineral stuff, is less irritating. All sunscreen eventually gets irritating, but the mineral stuff is about 1/3 as irritating, so it takes a lot longer. That's why you normally see me wear it. I didn't wear it today just because I'll avoid it if I can, because I don't like to look like a ghost. But if I avoid it, now I'm going to run into this problem if I sweat too much. As long as I keep clearing my face of sweat, it shouldn't get too bad. See, it's coming back again. Okay, let's keep going. I started drinking from this. The strategy is to drink and finish this by the time I get to the top. So I don't expect to have any on the way down. In all honesty, though, I didn't even expect I was going to need it. That was probably, maybe, an underestimation. I'm still not sure that I need it, but I think when in doubt, bring at least a little. So I have it, 600 milliliters. The reason I didn't think so is because my first estimate was just without even water. I estimated that I would probably lose about 6 pounds. The danger level for me is 10 pounds. So after 10 pounds, things start to get serious, and yes, then it's dangerous dehydration. Only that, but here at the park, there are a couple of water fountains. Although it's possible they're not working, there's lots of people here, so it's almost certain that they are. So those are all risky little calculations I'm taking. So that's why I'm saying, listen, but don't use my data for your own. Just learn and learn about your own body and your own capabilities. So let's keep going. This is the actual start of the hill hike. Everything else was the preamble. As you can see, that's where we're heading up. Maybe I'll make this a little longer so I can talk a little better. So, as I said, it's about 96 degrees. I've done this before. As a matter of fact, there's once I did it in 100-degree weather. But to be fair, that day that I did it, the sun was already down. That day had been as high as 116. I think that was one of the hottest days. I purposely went up this mountain, or this little hill, to see what it would be like to go in 100-degree weather. But like I said, I went pretty much, when I started like here, the sun was already down. I was coming back down in pitch black. So it's a big difference. I just want to see what my estimate is. I estimated I would lose 6 pounds. I will write it here. So future me, excuse me, sorry, that's that drinking. Future me will tell you, don't you take such risks. I'll take them for you. But as I said, as long as I go, the thing is with this and the park over there, I just noticed the water games are on, so there's enough water. I'm in no real danger. The other mountain, if I would have gone up that one, that might have been a slightly bigger risk because there's no water fountains except over here. I mean, this is not the same as out there, the 10 peaks, because up there is no water anywhere. You didn't bring enough. Notice what happened to me. Which I guess makes this a pretty good area to practice your hiking under dehydration skills. Okay. Oof. I need to also be kind to myself because I know what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to go faster because, as you know, under high heat, your pace is naturally slower. When I notice how slow I'm going, I'm going to push harder. Then the intensity is going to go up. Then I'm going to dehydrate more, and then I'm going to be in trouble. So let's not do that. Okay, let's keep going. This first part is probably the most challenging. The first half mile up the hill. There's like a half dozen separate little half trails because so many people go up here and they make their own paths. the sweat just keeps getting in my eyes. I think of all the things, the one thing I must remember next time is to bring my sweatband, my headband. Ooh. I mean, it still feels doable as long as I don't push too hard. Of course, as I said, I seem to be underestimating the heat. $121. Oh. See, it's getting in my eyes again. I've already risen 850 feet. Although you got to subtract 200, which was, I think, what I did before I got to the mountain. I'll put it up here. So, I'm about halfway there in height. Oof, excuse me. Oh, look at the blimp. This feels easy compared to what it was just a bit ago. Okay, let's take advantage of this. Once you've lived with them, they're not that dangerous. Just respect them. Keep their, don't try to grab them. I remember having read a ranger's report that I think a third of all snake bites are from people who just try to grab them. It's like, wow. But then sometimes you see them and they actually look pretty cool. If you don't have that fundamental fear, supposedly we're all supposed to have it naturally, but I can't explain it. Maybe you learn your way out of it. I don't know, but I've seen them a few times and they look pretty cool, and they almost look like something I want to grab. So I kind of understand. It's then that my rational mind is like, yeah, you want to be another statistic? No, I don't. Up and up and up we go. Ooh. Yeah.
Lap 2, 32:17. Heart rate 122.
Okay. So, 2 miles. Let's take our next drink. Oh. And then our last drink at 3 miles. So normally this last part, there's the top. I would jog it. As I said, it's like 97 degrees. This wind up here helps. It actually only feels like that's the little jog can't kill me. This isn't a real jog. Somebody's up there. Yeah, we're almost up there. There we go. Oh. Okay. Now we are at the top. What is this? About 1,100 feet from the start. So far we've done 1331. Whew. 2.5 miles. Not that far. Look at the city. In case you want to see everything. I guess I should finish my bottle. I'll leave a tiny bit for when I hit 3 miles. This is a little bit, this is like a little landing area. Or back there with the landing area, actually. That's what it looks like. It looks like a helicopter landing area. Over there is Jurupa Mountain. Over there is Rattlesnake Hill. And over there is called, I think it's called 1739, if I'm not mistaken. And really just because it is 1,739 feet up. Now don't quote me on that. I will give you the correct name up there on the screen. but I know it doesn't really have a name. Rattlesnake Hill, Jurupa, and in the background you can see San Bernardino and Anderson Peaks and San Jacinto way back there. And over there is my running hill, Mount Rubidoux. This is a hill here that I have actually not run yet. Is it? Yeah, that one. I should try it. May as well get to know some of these other hills. There's a few others, they're smaller. These are the bigger ones. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and head back down. This is the center of this top of the hill. I just found it interesting that I guess somebody decided to plant a tree here. Oh, and then somebody wrote the sign, Mount Jurupa. If I'm not mistaken, this is now Mount Jurupa. I probably am mistaken, so I always called it Martin Tudor because that's the name of the park that it's right next to. But this could be Jurupa. Up there is north. Let's Cucamonga Peak. Up there's Fontana. At least I'm not sweating as badly as I was a little while ago. As I said, this is why I'm not too worried about running about when I'm not too worried about running out of water right now. It's gonna suck a bit, but not like horribly. Okay, we're heading down and down. I just finished my water at the 3 mile mark. I'm sure I'm gonna start to get a bit thirsty, but since my heart rate is, my intensity is not going to be that bad, I don't expect to hit the emergency zone. Although, we'll find out whether the water was necessary. At this moment, yeah, it feels like it was a good idea to have brought it. At this moment. Once I do my calculations, I will put them up there, and in the future, we'll learn something new. Either that my estimates were as good as they were, or that I should bring water when in doubt, which probably sounds like the safer choice, even if I'm right. At least a little. That was just 600 liters. The thing is that, as I said about dehydration, it is a dangerous game to play, so it's not something I would recommend any of you try. I kind of have a good idea, and not only that, but like I said, this place is actually pretty safe. The park is just down 3/4 of a mile away. Do we go this way? I think so. The park is 3/4 of a mile away, so that, and it's downhill from here, so even if I started to go into emergency dehydration, I will reach water. Although I've dehydrated enough times to know that's not going to happen. For me, emergency, like I said, is about 10 pounds plus of water loss. That's for me. I've already lost that much in other times. That's when it really sucks. 8 is already sucking. 10, yeah, that's pretty bad. 12, from 8 to 10, I'm already going to start to lightly cramp. From 10, I cramp a lot. Of course, as in all things, dehydration is not simply a measure of pounds. Even I know that. I might lose only 6 pounds and start cramping if my electrolytes are severely imbalanced or if my loss is too fast. So just like every good differential equation, there are many ways to turn the knobs that do not that are not easy for me to calculate. But still, you want at least a rough number, and rough numbers, like I said, 6, 8, and 10 for me. Of course, then again, you might be like, well, it's not like you can do much with those numbers anyway. How do you know if you lost 6 pounds? Well, you really won't. This is where I'm just listening to my intensity, to my feeling, and just to my general estimates to more or less guess at what I would lose so that I can estimate how much of an effort to put. So like if I was starting to dehydrate pretty badly right now, what I would do is I would slow down and I would take many more breaks. As I said, since intensity is the strongest driver. Oops, sorry about that. As I said, this gimbal, sometimes if I'm not keeping an eye on it. Now, if I use the DJI little program, it actually will keep an eye on me, and so I won't even need to worry. Of course, that one doesn't give me the double view that I'm getting here. So, why can't they? Well, I don't know why they don't put that on there. I'm guessing Filmic doesn't want to share their. The people that make this program don't want to share with the people that make DJI. I don't know. Anyway, yes. All these things, each one of you should become a PhD in your own dehydration. Of course, probably some of the things that I may not have shared with you is that there have been plenty of times I've dehydrated in what you would call safe areas. So I'm not going to dehydrate in the middle of a desert. That's just asking for death. I've dehydrated in places where, for example, there's fountains everywhere. The worst place I dehydrated was Mount Wilson, and even there, I'd already brought. I think I brought a 32-ouncer of Gatorade. Yeah, I don't know why. Well, yeah, I know why. Because this was amongst these times that I was actually going mountains, and I never really took hydration that seriously. I didn't think that I would need too much hydration unless the temperature was like now. 96. Like 85, 86. Which is good. That's another thing for many of you who sometimes do, the initial getting out. I know it. Right now, when I'm in a nice air-conditioned house, coming out of 95-degree weather, sounds absolutely fucking insane. Who the hell is going to come out here when you got a nice, comfy home and you got a nice, tall, cool drink? Hell no. I know that feeling. But this is where sometimes pushing yourself, challenging yourself, go out. You realize it's not that bad. You're not going out into the middle of the Sahara without water. You prepare. If you're not sure what you need, bring more. So if you're not sure, I can get by with 600 milliliters here. Although as you saw me on Cucamonga Peak, I needed 6.5 liters there. A crazy amount of water. But each one of you should be able to measure yourself and understand these differences. And whenever you need to whenever you are not sure, err in the direction of more water. Add a little more. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but hell, it was uncomfortable carrying that 600 milliliters for me. But still. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, there's some other people. Okay, so let's go ahead and be careful, because this is pretty steep. So if I'm not looking at the gimbal, it's mostly because I need to make sure that I don't slip and fall. So this is, there we go. Okay. the kindest. There, that wasn't so bad. The hardest part about this is just that on the steep descent, your legs might still be tired and they might buckle. Many people will underestimate the tiredness of their legs. Yeah, this isn't like going down Cucamonga or Cactus Clouds, but you should never underestimate your downhill. I've seen more people get injured going downhill than going up hills. So always be careful. So although I feel like I could run it, all it would take is one false step and I go tumbling down like a snowball. And then I'm going to have a bad time. So let's just take it easy. I'm sweating like crazy anymore because my heart rate's not that high. It's at 97. It's not even 3 digits. We can go with a little more confidence. Almost there. Actually, our difficulty isn't over yet. Recall, on the way to the mountain, we still had to climb 200 more feet. It's not the worst, but after that, it'll be all downhill. So it's not all downhill yet. This is just the conclusion of, I guess, either Jurupa Hill or Martin Tudor, which is the name of this park here. Well, buddy, we did it. Not bad for a little afternoon hike. 2 hours so far. See the water park? As I said, if I got a little too thirsty, I can go get water over there. But I don't think I'm that thirsty. I think I can. Actually, I am thirsty. Let's not lie. I'm pretty thirsty. But I think I can survive. So let's go. Okay. This is the last rise. 120. 4.42 miles. This is making it a total of 1,527 feet. Ooh. Okay. Now from here on out, we're going to have muscle down. Give me a minute to catch my breath. Then we'll take a little turn. That's where we came from. That's right. This little 10, 12-foot rise is the actual last one. 1543 elevation gained. I am thirsty, very thirsty, so I should keep the mouth closed to reduce more dehydration. Okay, so I finished the hike. I'm on my, I guess it's about almost a mile cool down before I'm done with both my hike and my walk. So the hike was what, like 5.5 miles? 5.25? I'll put it up there. And then my walk was almost 2 miles. It's about 7 miles. Not bad for 100-degree weather. Well, okay, 96, 97 degrees. Let's not exaggerate. But nevertheless, how dehydrated am I? Pretty dehydrated. I will give you the final numbers. I'll put them up here on the screen so you can see. Was I right? future me will decide. How do I feel right now? I think I lost the amount that I said. Of course, remember that I brought an extra 600 milliliters, which is a little over a pound of water. So keep that in mind. So I guess we'll call it for a day today, because now I need to spend the next half mile just keeping my mouth closed so that I don't dehydrate even further. I don't think I'll go into emergency mode. As I said, I don't think I lost too much. We'll see. But it's still a good idea to avoid further dehydration. Oh, on my way down here, since we went past the golf course, found a little golf ball. Fancy one too. Okay. Until the next time, take care.